Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter Podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
Welcome to a very special Friday edition of Ringside Reporter. The big weigh-in is complete, and I tell you what, Manny Pacquiao looked good, but so did Alopecia. He looked pretty good too. Pacquiao weighed in at 146 even, and Ugas, of course, weighed in at 147 even. Ugas looked really good. I thought he looked really cut. He looked ready to go. Pacquiao, for 43 years old, looks pretty good too. I mean, you know he's going to come in shape, so he looked pretty good. First thoughts, I tell you what, it's weird. Listen, Alopecia doesn't have any eyebrows. And he, when you first look at him, he looks like he's going through chemo or something. He looks like a cancer
patient.
He does.
Whoa.
Am I wrong here? Am I wrong? I think
that's a little strong.
You think that's a little strong? He doesn't look like that to you?
Chemo, come on, buddy. Please.
I've seen a lot of chemo patients.
Please.
I'm just saying.
That's over the top.
Over the top. Stop it. What's the matter with you? He does. He looks sick. But I tell you what, I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
Come on.
Oh, stop it. Come on. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. Maybe he manscaped his eyebrows. I don't know.
Easy.
But he looks good. He looks good. He looks muscled up. He looks ready to go. You mentioned you thought there was an issue with his bicep or something like that. I didn't notice anything with his bicep.
His right bicep looked very flat. It looked a lot less defined. It just looked like when you have a tear, it looked like the bicep kind of was like flat and the major tendon slid down like to the front of the arm, kind of like it's called a Popeye arm. Kind of looked like he had an issue with that. I don't know. I could be wrong here, but
he may have it could be one of those things where he had a torn bicep at one point, because I know if they don't, when they heal, it heals a little bit weird. You get like different, it does heal a little bit weird. I know that if you get a torn bicep, so
we'll find out because if there's any reports after the fight that he got surgery or something, or if we noticed that. The thing about it, when he throws his right hand, he doesn't throw it straight. He loops it. He throws it wide. He doesn't really sit down on it and throw it straight or over the top. It's kind of a wide looping type punch. Doesn't look like he gets a ton of body behind it. So we'll see if that's been an ongoing issue, and that's the reason why he throws it that way. It'll be interesting to see what happens during the fight, but it looked a lot different than the left one. Let's just put it that way.
Well, the left one, Katie Doctor says that he looks sick, but he said plus the bicep that dude covered it up quickly with the belt, but that was the left bicep. His right bicep was exposed.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I'll have to go back and watch, but
yeah,
we'll see. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it kind of looked weird to me a little bit.
Yeah, Katie says that after the fight, they're going to say he fought with a messed up bicep. So that could be possible too. We'll see. Pacquiao's like what, a 4-1 favorite here? A minus 400?
I'm trying to think what the odds
were. How do we explain? Let me ask you a question because he's a big favorite. How do we explain this? Pacquiao's 43. I'm going to give you Pacquiao's 43. He hasn't fought in 2 years. His last knockout was 3 years ago against Lucas Matisse, a shot. Lucas Matisse.
Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah.
Before that, you have to go all the way back to what? 09?
Let's take a look at when was the last knockout.
Take a look.
Spence hasn't had a knockout in a while either, so he was in a drought. It happened.
I mean, Spence is fighting,
Well, he didn't knock out Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia.
Mikey Garcia didn't want to get knocked out. Mikey Garcia covered up, and he didn't want to get hit.
No, I don't think anybody wants to get knocked out.
I want to get
I know what you're saying. No, I am just busting your chops a little bit, like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
when's his last knockout?
The Matisse,
Matisse 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2018. Just about the same Same as Spence. Spence had a drought too.
Right, but Lucas Matisse, a shot Lucas Matisse. He was shot.
Broner's never been knocked out.
No.
Keith Thurman's never been knocked out.
All right, so let's go before that. His last win was a TKO in 2009 against Miguel Cotto.
Yeah.
And everybody, almost to a person, is picking Manny Pacquiao to stop this guy.
A lot of people I'm talking to are going with the decision prop because it's a plus 150. So I'm recommending the decision prop. I think the fight goes the distance. Ugas has never been stopped. He's in phenomenal shape.
He looks great. He looks great.
And he's pretty good defensively. The only problem with Ugas is his foot speed and his movement. He doesn't appear to be extremely quick on his feet, and he doesn't move a lot. He stays very stationary. And as I said earlier in the week, he's a catch and shoot type counterpuncher. So he likes to block and parry shots, and off of the block and the parry, he likes to shoot his punches. But the problem is it's going to be hard for him to time Pacquiao's offense because Pacquiao's constantly feinting, not only with his upper body but with his lower body too. He gives you that little stutter step, so it's hard to time when he's gonna dart in and out. So there's a lot of challenges for Ugas. Style wise, I think this is a pretty good matchup for Pacquiao because he's not going to have to chase Ugas because, like I said, Ugas is not going to move a lot. He's not going to move a lot. So
he's going to come forward and put pressure on Manny, and we're going to see if Manny can fight on the back foot. We'll also see if Manny's footwork, he can put Ugas on the back foot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll also see what he has left at 43 years old.
Is the undercard as bad as everyone says it is? Because
no, it's not. It's worse. It is the drizzling you-know-what. It's awful. I mean, it really is. Go ahead and take a look at it. Who's on that undercard? Let me see. Let's see what this is. Let's see what we're paying the $80 for. Pacquiao-Ugas, obviously. Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. That's a fun fight. I wouldn't pay for it. Mark Magsayo versus Julio Ceja at 125. Nope. Carlos Castro versus Oscar Escandon, 120. That one at 125. No, these fights, they're not good. They're not good.
You think the Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero fight's going to be competitive? You think it'd be interesting? Like, think about Victor Ortiz.
The last Victor Ortiz fight, he was booed out of the ring. Remember that? And they were throwing stuff at him.
Yeah, I think his last fight was against Devin Alexander, and I think Devin Alexander won the fight, but I think it was a draw or something like that.
Let me see.
It was a horrible decision. I thought Devin Alexander won the fight. It was a while ago, like 2 years ago, like they said.
Yeah, Victor Ortiz. Let me bring him up here.
Let me just make sure if I remember correctly, because it's been so long.
Devin Alexander was a draw.
It was a draw, and I thought Devin Alexander clearly won the fight.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And then he just went silent for a while. But he's hugging everybody, shaking everybody. He's like, it just looks too happy. It doesn't seem like he has that killer.
He doesn't want to be there. He wants to be in movies or whatever he was doing.
Yeah, doesn't seem to have that killer instinct anymore.
No. And Robert Guerrero has never been interested really in anything except fighting. I don't see him trying to make commercials or anything like that. I mean, Manny Gattia says, how much is a pay-per-view tomorrow night? Probably about $70, $75, $80.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't bet either guy. It's tough, man, because I think Ugas is a really good fighter, and like nobody has given him a chance. I think I'm the only one that picked him by decision. Nobody has given this guy a chance. For me, based on what I saw against Keith Thurman 2 years ago, that Manny, I don't think he's going to beat Ugas tomorrow. But that was that Manny. That was that 2 years ago. So he didn't get better in 2 years.
Yeah, it's
you only get worse. You only get worse as time goes on.
Well, the only thing is, you're 100% correct. You don't get better with age, but if he's only not losing a lot if the loss is just gradual and it's not like a deep dive, then because you have to understand how high he was, and if
He was up there, yeah.
if he was here and he goes down to here, that's still a really tough Manny Pacquiao to deal with. But if he goes all the way down to here, then that's an issue. I don't know, Eric. I mean, I can't discredit everything you're saying or discount everything you're saying, I should say, but I'm not sure, and I honestly don't believe that he's lost as much as you think. And
I look at Floyd Mayweather and how fast he lost it. You take a look at that Logan Paul fight, and that was awful. I mean, he looked horrible in that fight. And I told you guys prior to that, he was shot. It's going to be tough for him to deal. I don't know. But man, he's a different guy. He's a different animal. He got knocked out cold by Juan Manuel. Cold. Would have ended anybody else's career.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to come back from that. I didn't think he was going to come back from that.
No. And what's he do? He comes back. And he looks great. I mean, what do you do? Manny Gatillo says $80. Nope. He said he'd rather donate to his local animal shelter. I got a better idea, Manny. Why don't you get some Manscaped products? How about that? Help us out a little bit. Ringside Reporter, Manscaped, 20% off with promo code. There you go. Come on, guys. We need you. We need some support here, man. We need this. We need this Manscaped thing to work out here, guys. And we can only do that with your help. We're here on a Friday. Beeb's got plans. He's a single guy in the big city of Boston. I mean, my man's got plans tonight. And what's he doing? What's he doing? He's here with you guys. He is here with you guys.
Yeah.
Talking boxing.
I'm curious to see. It didn't look like there was a ton of people there. I'm curious to see if they sell out. I'm curious to see how the pay-per-view buys do. To all the conspiracy theorists, I just don't see how this is a good look from a financial standpoint for Fox, for PBC. So,
well, it's
all we can do is just kind of hope for the best here. But I know I'll buy it.
I'll buy it for sure. Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, Spence is a household name. He's getting to be a household name now.
Yeah.
He's going through that Fox promotional thing. He's, that big, Fox machine over there.
Yeah.
He's going to be a household name now. Yordenis Ugas, not so much. And we both know that he's a good fighter. We both know that he's an excellent fighter, upper echelon, top tier fighter.
Just got a text. Just got a text from Chicago. He's got the Beeb vision too. He said, "Did you see the bicep? I think Ugas will get KO'd." Yeah, he notices the bicep too. Yeah.
What's wrong with the bicep?
I'm telling you, it looks flat. I'll send you some pictures of what a torn bicep. Send me some
pictures. Yeah, send me some pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he send you this message too?
No.
So now he's switching it. Now he's saying he thinks Ugas is going to get KO'd because of it. No, I still don't think he'll get KO'd.
He's not getting KO'd, son. He ain't getting KO'd.
No. I'm going to tell him. I still think he'll last the distance. Yeah, so people noticing it. I don't know. I'll show it to you. Go back and watch it again and look closely at his
right arm, correct?
Yeah, and compare it to his left arm. It's like so you have the bicep tendon like this, right? If I get into the camera. So it's like this, right?
Right.
And you see how when you look at my arm, you could see the bicep right there, right? His bicep, when you tear it, there's two of them. There's a major. The major is the inner one, and there's a minor, which is the outer one, right? When you tear the major one, it's connected to your shoulder. And when you tear it, it's connected like to your shoulder right here. When you tear that piece, it slides down to the front of your arm. and it gives the appearance that you have like a Popeye arm and your arm, because this see how that you could see there's like a space right there. This would go down. This would slide down to the front and would be flat. You know what I'm saying? His arm looked flat, and it looked like a tear. Like
they're saying it's his left bicep. They're saying it's his left bicep.
Is it? Yeah, I think it was his left. It was his left bicep. That's correct. I'm sorry.
Let me see here. Hold on.
It was his left bicep.
All right, let's see if we can get him in the weigh-in here.
See how it looked? It looked like the arm looks real flat compared to the other one. Yeah, it was his left one. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that makes more sense because I was looking at the right one. I'm like, it looks fine to me.
Left bicep looks weird. It looked huge yesterday. Whatever. Yeah, it looked weird.
Yeah, I'm bringing up that weigh-in real quick here, and I want to see. Let me see it here.
Another pick. He had a towel over it. Yeah, it was his left. He had the belt over it. Yeah, there's something wrong with his left bicep, Eric. In my opinion.
Hang on here.
Yeah, really look at it. Let me see if I can go back and watch. See if I can see it again.
Man, I don't know. I think it looks fine. I've got a picture of him up here. Hang on one second. I'll share the screen out. Hold on.
Don't leave it up too long. You don't want to get copyright.
No.
Let me see here. Let's see if I can take a look. So Pacquiao got on the scale first. No, let me just, is it? I think it's his right one. I don't think it's his left one.
His right one looks flatter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his right one. It's not his left one. It's his right one. Watch when he flexes his arms, Eric. Go back and freeze frame it when he flexes his arms.
All right, hang on. I got you right here. Hold on.
Try to freeze frame it. And look how flat it is. It's like flat. That's how you can tell. And he does it real quick. I'm going to freeze it.
There we go.
See how it's flat, and it's kind of like when you look at it, look at the front of it, how there's there's no space, and you see how you could see the difference between the right one and that one. You can't see a difference. See how flat that is?
The right one looks flat.
That looks it looks like see how it's, you see how the muscle is falling. See that piece right there? It's falling to the front, and you see how this one's more firm and it's stayed straight up. You see how it's sliding. You see how the front of it, like when you see how the front of it, like it looks like it's sliding forward.
I will tell you this. In that shot, if you look at it, he's got one arm. He's got that left arm, all right, extended, and it's straight up. If you look at that right arm and you look at the angle of it, he's got it forward. You see the angle?
I don't know. It looks jacked up to me. It looks really flat.
I think what we're looking at is the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at his bicep, okay.
Look at it, everyone. Look at this saying that right bicep looks nasty. Just did a Twitter search. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Eric. It doesn't look right. I know how you're saying the angle's a little different. You can see how the pec is different. You know what I'm saying? You can even look by the pec. So I know you're saying that, but even still, that shouldn't be that flat like that. That doesn't look. There's something wrong. That's flat. See how it's coming. See how it's falling forward, and you see how that one's straight up, and that one's kind of falling forward. When you look at it,
and also too, I'll tell you what, when they put the belt on him at the end, they put it on the left arm.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? They put it on the left arm, which is not the arm in question.
They did. But that looked, and that bicep looked, yeah, I can see it. I'm looking at him right now being interviewed. And I can see it, that there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. And see how he's just letting it dangle. Like he's not even, like, there's something wrong with it. I think there's something wrong with it. Let's do a poll. Is there something wrong? I'll put up so I can do a poll. Is there something wrong with is there an issue with Ugas's right bicep? I can see something that doesn't look right to me. Just did a poll, so you guys let us know. Oh yeah, see when he's moving it, there's like oh my god, yeah, there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that.
I don't know. I'm still looking at the angle here because I'm looking at a different video.
And look
here.
how he's walking. He's kind of like, yeah, it's just different. There's something wrong with that. That's torn. That
Well, if it's torn, wouldn't it ball up at the very top?
No, it goes to the bottom, Eric, because again, it's attached. The top of it is attached to the shoulder. So once it's torn from the shoulder, right, it slides down to the front.
I see what you're saying. I see what
you
you're
know
saying.
what I'm saying? Yeah. 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 There's something wrong. I think there's something wrong.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right here and it looks fine. Like on the way in, even when he's relaxed. Hang on, let me show you here.
I mean, I don't know.
See,
This doesn't look right, Eric.
You don't think his right arm looks right here?
No. See how look how the right arm looks so flat and it looks like skinny, right? And look at it compared to the left one. See how it's bulging? You can see the muscle in that, and look how flat that right one is. There's something wrong with that. I could see it in the front too, like it's kind of drooping a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. No, I mean, if you don't see it, you don't see it. Because I've seen a lot of those injuries. That's how I can kind of tell a little bit. I know how it is. Seeing people.
All right, hang on. That's a good idea. Hang on here. Let's see here. Let me.
It's amazing how Chakal saw it too. He just texted me.
All right, let me see if I can get some images up here. All the pictures seem to be torn biceps from the elbow.
That's a distal. That's a distal tear. You see that you have like it's called the distal tendon. It's on the front of it. So if you take your finger right here and you put your finger there and you like hook, you can. That's a distal tear.
Okay.
This is a proximal tear up here.
Proximal. Okay, let me look at that.
This is called a proximal. See, I'm always Googling shit. I've been Googling shit like when I was a kid. When I go to the doctors, I ask a lot of questions because I'm a hypochondriac, and every time I have like aches and pains, that's how I educate myself. Because being a hypochondriac, you learn a lot about things.
You do learn a lot. I'll tell you that.
You lose a lot of sleep. You lose a lot of sleep, but you actually become smart. So 90% say yes and 10% say no. Oh, I don't know. Guerrero looked old and old at the weigh-in. Body looked a bit flabby. Yeah, he's smoothed. He's smoothed out. Yeah, gotta understand something too, Calix. When these guys get older, they lose a lot of muscle mass. So when they lose weight, they're losing a lot of muscle, and they're losing they look flat. They're dehydrated, right? They're basically having to really kill themselves to make weight as they get older. I'm sure Guerrero and Ortiz are walking around at about $165, at least $170, right? Their body doesn't want to weigh 147 anymore. They're in their mid 30s, so they're not going to look good anymore. more trying to make 147 pounds. Calix, did you notice a difference in Ugas's right arm compared to his left arm? Did his right arm look like there was something wrong with it? To me, it looks like he has a bicep tear. I want to see
even when he was hanging down, there didn't look anything wrong with either one.
Yeah.
But let me see. I'm still trying to look for this. There's a lot of distal tears, which is I guess the more common one.
Yeah.
Proximal. Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
It's called a Popeye arm.
Proximal bicep tendon rupture. Let me show you because it doesn't look. Let me share this out.
Yeah,
you see
how the bicep is it's flat at the top, and you see how it's
but wouldn't
falling.
It be balled up? I mean, again, wouldn't it be balled up?
It is
up
balled up.
Like
See, you see where it's balled up? It's
no, I know his is balled up, but I didn't see Ugas is balled up.
His looked like it looked a little bit like a little bit. It looked like it was sliding down a little bit on the inside. Now that one was worse, obviously, because that could have been that's a complete rupture. His could be a tear, and it's just kind of sliding down a little bit. So I don't think his was as bad as that. You know what I mean? I mean, we'll find out. You know?
Yeah.
Now look at this one. Look at this picture right here. You see that the one with the blue arrow on it?
Let's see here.
Show the one with the blue arrow on it. See how that kid, his bicep was real flat at the top? Ugas's looked like one of the other picture. Yeah. But either way, I think you still need a real sharp, straight right hand to beat Manny Pacquiao, and I'm not sure the way Ugas throws it in that looping fashion, and it doesn't really sit down on it. It looks more like kind of like an arm punch. I don't know if that's going to stop Manny Pacquiao in his tracks.
You know what we could do is go back and look at some of the other weigh-ins that he has.
Yeah.
Nando Yama says, thank you so much, by the way. We really, really appreciate it. Why did Ugas shave his entire head, including goatee and eyebrows? Follicle test. Looks like a mini Tarver, you know. That wouldn't stop a follicle test.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still, you know, unless he, of course,
now Chakal is saying that the left arm looks messed up. I thought the right arm looked messed up.
I thought the right arm looked messed up. I mean, if you're going to point to either one, you could say the right arm. I didn't think really either one of them looked messed up.
Oh yeah, Calix is right. He does. He has alopecia.
Alopecia. Yeah, alopecia. Okay.
Alopecia. Yeah, he has alopecia.
And you know what? You want to be ashamed. Beeb, you want to be ashamed of yourself for making fun of him earlier on. You said he looked like he was going through chemo and stuff like that.
You said it.
You're a sick man. You are a sick man.
Don't project your evil on me.
That's terrible. You know what? You should be ashamed.
Saying the guy needs to go to treatment.
The guy has alopecia. That's a legitimate thing, and you just
do you know what happened though too?
Gosh.
You know what he said?
What?
Because Calix said he had it, and then he got his hair back, but then he relapsed. You know when he was relapsing? They did an interview with him. He was so stressed out that they were going to strip him of the WBA title and give it back to Manny Pacquiao. Because stress exacerbates that condition. Google it, yeah. When you get stressed out, that happens.
KD Doctor says Ugas Manscaped, did he use the Ringside Reporter link? We can only hope. We can only hope. But if he didn't, KD Doctor, you should. All right? You should.
Yeah, we need you.
We need you, buddy.
We need you.
We're depending on you, my man.
We definitely need you.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if there's an issue. I don't know if there's an issue or not. I got to be honest. He can't fight with a torn bicep. It's almost impossible, right?
Yep. Evan, my other buddy said the same thing. He goes, I agree, but he couldn't turn down the payday. Yeah.
How would he pass a physical?
How would he pass a physical?
Yeah.
very easily say that nothing's wrong with them, because they're not going to do an MRI on his arm unless that's not required, right?
Well, how could he with a torn bicep? I mean, you can't really move it, no.
You can move it. You can move it.
Yeah, I guess because you got your triceps and everything like that,
Yeah,
right?
you can move it. I got a torn labrum in my right shoulder.
You have a torn labia.
Labrum.
Oh,
You better stop today. You are. I don't know what.
Do anything, man.
I don't know how many.
Nothing.
I don't know how many cappuccinos you had before the show, but you are.
Man.
You are beyond obnoxious, even for you.
I didn't even say nothing, man.
Even for you.
I didn't even do nothing, man. I misunderstood you. Well, I can't make mistakes.
Now, Manny passed with a torn shoulder. He had some tears in his shoulder. Remember, it was his left shoulder.
Right? The Mayweather thing.
Yeah. And I had this argument with this guy Haplotype on the show yesterday. Like, for instance, they're talking like he was trying to say, oh, when Muhammad Ali fought Larry Holmes, Freddie Pacheco, you remember Freddie Pacheco walked out of the camp because he said he shouldn't have been licensed.
He couldn't walk down the steps by himself.
Exactly.
Not Freddie, Ali.
I know, but again, there is no test for Parkinson's. You can be diagnosed with Parkinson's, but there's no test for it. So what I was trying to argue with this guy is a doctor has plausible deniability, because he could say, yeah, maybe that's just a cause of old age. Because Parkinson's has not been determined that you get it from head trauma. There's no conclusive evidence to determine that people can get it from head trauma. I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can, but it has not been determined that could be a cause. Brain damage doesn't cause Parkinson's as far as they know of yet, right? But if someone's taking a picture of an eye, which is required, you're required every year by the commission to have an ophthalmologist dilate your eyes and take a picture of your eyes and to give you a clean bill of health with your eyes, right? Oh, well, why didn't it show up when he fought Danny Garcia? Again, he only has to get one eye exam a year. At that time, probably the yearly eye exam was not due, and maybe it was due in Vegas. So the difference between Ali is he can get cleared because a doctor can say, well, yeah, maybe he looked a little bit slower than before, but maybe that I attributed that to old age or whatever. They can't say that he has a neurological issue, right?
Right.
They can't determine that. But if the records from an ophthalmologist get turned into the commission and it shows that there's no torn retina there, they can't lie and say there's a torn retina because there's a paper trail. And then if he goes to get another eye exam from another ophthalmologist and they reference the old eye exam, because that's what my eye doctor does. I don't know if your eye doctor does that, but when they take pictures of the eyes, they keep all the pictures of the eyes that they've taken over the years to compare them to the old pictures, right? So if an ophthalmologist lied on an imaging test and then another ophthalmologist referenced those images, that ophthalmologist is fucked because he doctored medical records. Can't do that. That's why these conspiracy theorists, they're trying to make these false equivalencies. Well, how did Ali get sanctioned then? Because there's no test to determine if he had a neurological issue.
All right. If you take a look at Ugas in this picture, it's hard to see on the right-hand side. You see Sean Porter, and then you see Yordenis Ugas. If you look, his right hand, he looks exactly the same.
Looks the same, huh?
Yeah. I mean, check it out. I mean, do you think he looks the same? I think he looks the same.
Yeah, it looks.
You look at that left arm.
Yeah,
that left arm is bigger than bigger than the right arm. That's basically it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, we'll find out. Obviously, we'll find out pretty soon.
Can you put that picture up again from the weigh-in? Do you still have it, or because Chakal is saying it's the left one now?
The left one. Let's see here.
Let's see if there's an issue with the left one, because I have to double check that now. But that right one looked like so much different than the left one. I wonder if the left hand is his dominant hand. That's why.
All right, let me see here.
Oh, they're saying it's his left. Everyone's saying it's his left.
Now, his left arm looks fine. His left
Yeah.
arm looks exactly like it did in that picture.
Let me see if I can look at the left and see if there's a lump in his left. Because they covered that left arm up quick with the belt and the shoulder and the towels and shit. So maybe they're trying to hide something in the left. So maybe I missed it. I thought it was the right, but maybe it's the left.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can get that back up here.
So let me just see. Let me double check the left because maybe the right that's just how the right one looks. So maybe the left one looks so much different than the right one because the left one is messed up.
Sure.
Let's look at the left one again real quick. They're saying it's the left one, and so is Chakal.
All right, here we go. I don't see anything wrong with that left one. The left one looks like a normal arm.
So there's okay. So I see it now. Yes. It's bulging and it's bulging. The bulge is closer to the forearm. Like I see it. Yeah, that does look a little weird. Okay. There's a bulge. See how?
No, I see what you're saying. Let me. All right. Well, okay.
Watch when I flex. Watch when I flex my arm. You see how the bicep is here? His is pushed down and it's touching the forearm. Yeah, that's torn. That left one. Watch. See when I flex my bicep. You
right.
see how it's at the top and there's a space there. This part was touching his forearm. You can look at the other one. It's the same thing.
Was there a chance it was torn before?
Yeah.
And that's just the way it healed?
I don't. Well, let's go look at the Porter thing again. If it looks like that in the Porter thing, then you could be right, Eric. This is so crazy.
All right, let me see. Porter wing and picks. Looks the same. Here, hold on. Let me
double check. Let me double check.
It's the same.
Did you screenshot? Did you put it up?
Yeah.
Because I don't see it. Oh, okay. Let me see.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's just the way he's built.
I don't know. Can you make that picture bigger a little bit or no?
Let me see here.
See if you can click that so we can just get a front of that. And let me see.
There we go. Looks the same.
It looks
the exact same thing.
I don't know if it looks exactly the same. Yeah, it looks similar though.
It's similar enough. You know what I mean?
I don't know. But it does look weird how it's like.
Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking is that maybe he could have had a torn bicep.
Maybe he had it and he never repaired it.
Yeah, or maybe he had it because I know like when you tear a bicep, I know you can get like I know like bodybuilders get like different cuts on their bicep when they do that.
And maybe
it healed.
Maybe it healed back that way.
Right. That happens.
That's plausible too, Eric.
Yeah,
that's plausible too. Maybe
I think that's more likely. To be honest with you,
and I overreact. I'm a hypochondriac, man.
You and 90% of the audience. I tell you what,
I just overreact. Ever since Nacho beat me in that competition, I haven't been the same. I've been losing sleep. I'm rattled.
Losing sleep. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this bicep. I'll be honest with you, man. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay.
So, assuming Ugas is 100% tomorrow, all right, and assuming Manny is 100%, how do we bet this fight tomorrow? Because it's tough for me. I'll tell you what, it's tough for me to bet Manny because of his age, but it's also tough for me to bet Ugas because if that fight does go the distance, if Ugas isn't like winning every single round,
Well, I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. Because his output is so low, even if both got, like, say he's not throwing a lot and Pacquiao's throwing more, maybe they're landing about the same. They're going to reward Pacquiao for the activity. That's history has shown us that. I'm thinking Pacquiao's going to win a 12-round unanimous decision, like 116 and 112.
Do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think Ugas is a better fighter than Thurman?
Honestly, I do.
I do too.
I do.
And he barely got by Thurman.
He did. But
it is a different style.
But Thurman moves a lot. Right? Ugas doesn't. Thurman's quicker.
He's quicker than Ugas. Yeah, I give him that.
He's quicker. Got much, like, I think style-wise, Thurman's a tough out.
Yeah.
Like, look how much problems. Let me ask you this. This is a crazy question. Do you think Porter gave Thurman had a better performance against Thurman or had a better performance against Spence?
Porter had a better performance against Spence.
Okay. Now
for sure.
Now is Thurman better than Spence?
No.
Here's the difference though, Eric. And this is why I thought Pacquiao was going to do well against Spence. As good as Spence is, doesn't really have fast feet. He's a stalker plotter type. Thurman's got quick feet, moves a lot. So style-wise, Thurman out of all three fighters, believe it or not, to me, is the most difficult style matchup. So
he's got a difficult style. He does.
He's got a difficult style to deal with because he's an ambush. He's an in and out ambush guy too.
Yeah.
Right.
Style-wise, he's tough.
So I think Pacquiao would have beat Spence. I really do.
No.
I don't think Spence. I don't think Spence is the same. I think even before the accident, that hard living, him ballooning up in weight in between camps, talking about moving up to 154.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of that was playing a factor. I think he was starting to slow down. And now he's closing in on his mid-30s himself, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Spence would have dismantled him.
Nah,
I think Spence would have run
look at the
over
odds.
him.
Look how the odds dropped significantly.
It's tough. Well, you know what? A lot of Filipinos bet on that fight, man. You know, Manny Pacquiao's a sentimental favorite, man. A lot of money is going to come in on him, whether you like it or not.
But the wise guys usually smash that line down. The wise guys know.
Yeah,
they know.
Yeah,
and Spence didn't have a good camp against Danny Garcia. He said that he quote unquote, I wasn't right at all in that camp.
And he walked over Danny Garcia.
116 and 112. I mean, it was an uneventful fight. He won the fight clearly without question, but it was very uneventful. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's looked dynamic. That Spence we saw against Kell Brook, we haven't seen that guy. I think the Lamont Peterson fight, that was a good performance, but from the Mikey Garcia performance on, I don't think we've seen that dynamic Spence. I just don't think we've seen it.
Yeah.
I think that the lifestyle, partying outside the ring, the ballooning up in weight, the car accident too. I think all that contributed. I don't think we're gonna ever see that same Spence we saw that beat Kell Brook. I just don't. I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't think we'll ever see that Spence again. So, and then if he comes back from this retina surgery, who knows what his mind frame is gonna be? You know,
right?
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's going to be interesting. But I have to agree that Bicep did look the same in the Porter weigh-in as well.
MEZ Box says that Ugas lost to Jamal James. That's actually incorrect. He won a unanimous decision. In fact, just about swept it on 2 cards. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's not like Jamal James sucks. I mean, Jamal James really good fighter.
Okay, who was yeah, okay, yeah, he was wrong. He spoke incorrect. And that fight, when I go back and watch that Porter fight, it was a very close fight. But
I thought he dog walked Porter in
I
that
scored
fight,
I
man.
scored it for Ugas. I thought Ugas
I did
won the
too. I
fight.
think everybody did. I think everybody was, everybody was like surprised at the outcome. You know,
Yeah,
I just find it fascinating that all these guys are picking Pacquiao by KO or to stop him. When was the last guy you stopped? Again, it was Lucas Matisse.
Yeah,
A shot. Lucas Matisse.
And then
prior to that, you had to go back to 2009.
Yeah, there was a 9-year drought.
Come on, man. Like, really? And you think he's going to go out there and stop a guy? Come on.
Eric, the bet is you bet Pacquiao to win by decision. You get a plus 150. It's the best bet you can have.
What about Ugas by decision? What is the prop?
Oh, it's probably
well, like 7?
It's going to be at least 4 or 5.
I would say at least, yeah.
It's got to probably be 5 or 6, I would think.
Is that worth a drop?
Well, Eric, I have to say, you really believe that Ugas is going to win this fight, so that would be a good bet for you. I don't think Ugas is going to win this fight. I strongly believe he's going to lose this fight. You strongly. Let me add percentage wise. I'm going to be honest with
plus 450.
I'm talking about the decision prop though. Not just the regular line.
Yeah, the decision. Ugas has got to win by decision.
Yeah, let me look at the Ugas by decision prop bet. Okay. So we got the prop bets here. Let me look at these. This is going to be interesting because you really like Ugas by decision.
I do. I don't think he knocks out Pacquiao. I don't think, but I think that we may be seeing Pacquiao get old tomorrow.
Now look at this. Pacquiao by points decision went down to a plus 120, right? Oh, I apologize to Nacho. I'm so sorry, Nacho. Nacho was correct. Ugas by points decision is a plus 420. I sincerely apologize.
Nacho, right again.
But this is so he's a plus 3. Oh, so Ugas is only a plus 300. And if the regular line is a plus 300 and Pacquiao's a minus 430. Now, Pacquiao to win by TKO or KO is a plus 165. So no one, it's kind of tight. It's tough they're having a tough time. The gamblers deciding how Pacquiao's method of victory is going to play out. Ugas by TKO or KO is a plus 1200. Ugas by points decision is that plus 420 would be a good bet for you, Eric. I mean, if you think he's going to win by decision.
Yeah.
So, but the Pacquiao by points and decision went from a plus 150 to a plus 120. So I think that's the smart play, in my opinion. Pacquiao by decision.
Yeah, I think that if you are going to bet it, like I said, I think that I would bet Ugas for a decision. You would bet Pacquiao for the decision.
Yeah,
and that's obviously the favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's a good bet for you. You get like a plus 430, plus 450.
Yeah,
that'd be a nice bet for you.
You figure 100, you're getting 420 back. So
yeah, you could throw 50 on that, and you can get 2 something back, whatever.
Yeah, that's not a bad play at all. And especially if you don't drop. I mean, if you're looking to just drop a small amount, I think that's a good play for you because you're going to get a lot more back than if you're betting. What is it? You bet 100 on Pacquiao, you're getting 120 back.
Yeah,
you're winning $20. I mean, you're not really getting much.
Yeah,
or you're winning 120 anyway. But you're not getting much out of that.
Yeah, if you put 100 up, you get your 100 back plus 100 back plus the 120. So it's it's like you're almost betting even money there.
Yeah. So
when are you ever going to get even money betting on Manny Pacquiao, though?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about, so if Ugas wins tomorrow, okay, then his next opponent is going to be Errol Spence, I would think.
Yeah.
That's the logical way to go about this. You know what I mean?
But let's see how long Errol Spence is out.
Yeah. I mean, but logic would tell you that would be kind of the fight to go toward.
Errol Spence might be able to start training again in about 4 to 6 months. If he had a really good recovery, he could start training again in 4 months.
I would think even sooner without contact, right?
Yeah. So,
but as far as like full contact, 4 to 6 months.
Yes, 4 to 6 months. So we're in August now. So August, September, October.
So you're looking at December, January. Yeah. So you're looking at probably March of next year.
Yeah. So they could do a fight. They could do a fight in March or April of next year. He'll be ready to go.
Yeah. So obviously that would be if I'm Ugas and the PBC, that's where I'm going. That's your money fight right there.
Yeah. So I still think PBC and Fox are going to take a bath on this from a financial standpoint.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think so too.
I don't think this benefits anybody except for Ugas, in my opinion.
No,
but hopefully Spence can come back in a timely fashion, and he'll be ready to be right back in the mix.
So let's say Pacquiao wins this fight tomorrow. Where does he go next? Does he go to Spence? Or does he go to Crawford? Or I guess it depends on how he looks. Let's say he looks good. Let's say he looks Thurman-esque in this fight, like the way he beat Keith Thurman. Where does he go from here? Because he's got a lot on his plate, man. Every time you watch him fight, it could be the last time you watch him.
Yeah, my thing is this. I think that the Spence matchup is a much better style matchup for Pacquiao as opposed to the Crawford one. I don't like the Crawford matchup for Pacquiao at all.
I don't like the Crawford matchup against pretty much anybody.
I think Crawford.
I mean,
I don't see any. I think Virgil Ortiz has a shot.
Oh yeah.
To beat Crawford.
Well, I think. Well, yeah, but Pacquiao. I was going to say, how about the Pacquiao Ortiz fight? Wouldn't that be something else? That fight won't happen.
No, that's a bad style matchup for Pacquiao.
Yeah, it's bad style, of course.
Ortiz is an outstanding inside fighter. And here's another guy that I like a lot is Boots Ennis.
He's a tough out for anybody, and he is coming up and he is coming on. Yeah, that guy. I think may be the next guy. I really do.
Yeah. Fight Doctor says Pacquiao will win tomorrow, and we're gonna get a Mayweather rematch.
Mayweather's not stepping back in that ring, son.
Nah, I don't see that.
Not after getting beat by Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, yeah. Logan Paul
Paul beat the snot out of him, son.
Won a clear decision over him. So
it's clear.
That was clear.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, you could look and see how. I mean, I think that's the thing when you look at Pacquiao and you look at Mayweather and you look at how both have aged. Ring-wise, it's shocking. It was shocking to see how much Floyd had aged in that fight.
Yes. I don't know. So percentage. Let's break this down by percentages now. In your opinion, what percentage-wise do you give Ugas to win? Like what 80 is there an 80% chance that you think Ugas is going to win or 70%?
I think it's 70-30. I think 70-30.
70-30?
I think so.
I'm going to say that I'm about 85-15 for Pacquiao.
85. Wow.
I'm very confident. I just think this is a great style matchup.
Yeah, it could be a good style matchup for him, man.
I think this is a great style matchup.
And listen, man, I tell you what, this isn't the first time I've been in the minority either. But again, I've been wrong a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about that. I've been wrong a lot too. So
Pacquiao with the press is an overwhelming favorite here.
Everybody. I mean, from Tim Bradley, everybody.
Yeah. No one's
no one is picking Ugas.
I can't find anyone picking Ugas right now. And you know me, I love the underdog.
Yes. But you also love Pacquiao too. You're a big Pacquiao guy.
Yeah, but guess what? I made money betting against Pacquiao.
I know you did with Tim Bradley.
Tim Bradley. you know, and I actually picked against Pacquiao in every single Marquez fight. And I was throwing things at the end of every single Marquez fight because I thought he won. I thought Marquez won the second and the third. I thought Pacquiao won the first fight. I thought Pacquiao won the second, the third.
You could make a case in that first fight for Marquez, though.
Yeah.
You could absolutely make a case for Marquez.
Yeah, but I thought Pacquiao won that one because of the knockdowns, and I thought he had a couple other good rounds. But at the end of the third fight, you know, but I see what you're saying because I kind of admire the fact that Pacquiao's still fighting at this age, you know, and
at this high of a level.
Yeah, Pacquiao is a sentimental favorite in a lot of people's hearts. It's hard to not. I can't lie about that.
Yeah,
but I couldn't pick him to beat Crawford. There's no way I couldn't pick him to beat. I wouldn't pick him to beat Virgil Ortiz. I wouldn't even pick him to beat Boots Ennis right now.
No.
But I would pick him to beat Spence. I'd pick him to beat Danny Garcia. I'd pick him to beat Sean Porter. I'd pick him to beat all those PBC guys, except for Boots.
Yeah, Boots is really good, man. Boots Ennis is really good.
I like Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, man, we'll find out tomorrow, man. It's going to be interesting. It really is. I think that guy, you know, and if he does win tomorrow, if Pacquiao does win tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll fight Spence.
I mean,
he'll fight Spence.
This guy, he lost to Jeff Horn, comes back. It's almost like he erases his memory. It doesn't dwell on him. No. I think he's such at peace with himself and his life that he does this because he loves it.
My aunt was like this too. People that have a strong faith, because I consider myself agnostic. I'm not a real religious person, but I don't knock religion. But sometimes people that have like you look at guys like Andre Ward, Evander Holyfield, Manny Pacquiao, guys that have such a strong belief in God. They just have such a strong will. It's like they never let anything keep them down. And they can feed off of their faith. And I believe Pacquiao's one of those people. Like, he honestly has a strong faith in God. And I think it carries him through a lot of tough situations, just as it did those other men.
Yeah.
So you can't knock it. My aunt was the same way. Like, she would always say, Joseph, don't worry. God will help you. You know, that's my aunt. She always used to say that. Yeah. You know, every time she would see me, say goodbye to me, God bless you, Joseph. Like, God was everything. Her brother's a priest. My uncle's a priest. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like people that are that type of religious are they're always happy. They're always peaceful. Yeah. They're always at peace with themselves, at peace with the world. It's just a different comfort level. You know what I mean? They have a different comfort level. It's great. It's really great to see. I wish I had that. You know, I wish I could get that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things, you know. Reese Mack said it provides a moral foundation. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. When I do this show, I get that.
Everybody has it. Everybody has something that gives them that.
The only problem is when, like, Nacho beats me in those competitions and he cheats. Yeah. That's the only thing that brings me down when I'm doing this show.
Nacho's a cheater.
Other than that, like, when you text him the answers and stuff, I have to accept it, you know. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, man, I've got to give him a leg up. We know that Nacho, listen, Beeb, we all know that Nacho couldn't beat you fair and square.
Yeah, it's good for the ratings.
It's good for the rate. It's good
for the ratings. It's good for the ratings to see, like sometimes when I'm doing this show, like in wrestling, I have to be a jobber, right? I have to
Perfect. Exactly. You're the Barry Horowitz of the show.
I have to be a jobber sometimes. Every now and then I got a job. You know, even Hogan had to drop the belt once in a while.
Drop it to Goldberg, yeah. Warrior, Ultimate Warrior, you had to drop it to him. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
That's it, you know.
Sometimes I got a job. I had a job to Nacho those 2 times just for the sake of the show.
That's right. Just for the sake of the show.
Right.
Everybody knows that he couldn't. I mean, are we even talking about that? I mean, are we even serious thinking he could? I mean, come on.
I think next time though, I can't job to him. I'm gonna have to destroy him next time.
I know, and
Next
that's
time,
why I'm real pensive about putting it on again. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's just one of those things.
every now and
Reese
then,
he's the Frank Williams of the show.
yeah, little Salvatore Belomo. You know what I mean?
You remember Frank Williams, that dude that Piper beat up in Piper's Pit?
Yeah.
Fight Doctor.
Remember this one? SD Special
Delivery
Jones.
Jones. He had a 6-shooter.
Oh, this is great, man. Bring it back memories. I remember I used to watch wrestling every Sunday. My mother would get us a dozen donuts. She'd cook a pound of bacon. We'd eat donuts and bacon watching the freaking Sunday wrestling show.
What's better than that, man? You know?
How do you beat this?
You don't.
Can't beat this. Please.
Fight Doctor says that he says he hears Pacquiao's having problems back in the Philippines. Yeah, that's an understatement. He was once close with that. I guess the president of Philippines is, I believe it's Duarte. Is it Duarte, Beeb?
I can't remember.
It's one of those guys. Anyway, they were real tight at one point, but then they had a falling out, and Duarte's really come out against him. Duarte's like a Donald Trump. He talks a lot of trash against his people and stuff like that, against people that are against him. He's like the Filipino Donald Trump, you know? And he's really bashed Pacquiao for coming back, said he's a has-been, he's washed up, this and that. Just really negative things, because I think he hears that Pacquiao is, running for president. Yeah, he's going to come for his job pretty soon. So
running for president, yeah.
You know. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, man.
Yeah. I like how they call him Senator Pacquiao. Like Donaire was being interviewed, and he goes, "Yeah, well, I think Senator Pacquiao is a great fighter." I like that.
He's got so much respect, and I think because I think he's probably willing to help anybody. You know, I really do.
That? You see that video where that guy, he said Pacquiao paid for his cancer treatment, and then he gave him a job with the camp, with the team. I mean,
I did hear something about that. Yeah.
And who was that sparring partner? Beltran, Raymond Beltran.
Raymond. Okay.
He bought Raymond Beltran a house.
He's ridiculous. I mean, he really is. I mean, the guy is like so generous. How do you not like him? You know what I mean? You can't not like him, you know?
Can't not like him.
I got to be objective when I talk about it, but you cannot not like. I mean, tomorrow night I'm going to be rooting for Pacquiao.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, that's just the way it is, man. Boxing expert, thank you so much. He said, "Beeb, the loss is really hurting you, isn't it?"
Oh, it's just for the sake of the show. I got a job.
It's for the sake of the show.
Every now and then I got to. Everybody
knows Beeb didn't lose.
I got a job to people. You know, I got a job to people. You know,
right.
You notice how I gave the right answer after I gave the wrong answer? That's all part of the script. Come on.
Right. That's how you know. That's how you know.
Come on.
That's how you know. Dwayne M says, "Heard the Philippines is going after Manny's taxes, especially once the president turned against him." Yeah, that's another thing, man.
See, I didn't know that the president. Why? So the president turned against him because there was rumors of him probably trying to oppose him. Is that why he's like?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the exact fallout was, but I know there's a fallout. Duarte, Reese Mack says Duarte said things that are worse than Trump. Duarte is an animal. It really is. I can't stand that guy no more than I like the other guy that was president here. They're all the same to me, you know. Yeah, I mean, he got his playbook from Trump. Trump loves him, you know. What more is there to say, you know?
Yeah. Well, again, are you excited for this fight now that it's close? Obviously, there was a big letdown because we didn't get the Spence fight. But
I would have been more excited for the Spence fight.
Yeah.
Listen, I do like the matchup. I think it's a good matchup. I think it's going to be a good fight. Again, I think Ugas wins it, but I think it's a good matchup. And
the fight's intriguing, correct?
Is it worth $80? Is it worth $80? Yeah, probably not. You know, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that undercard's worth it. But what are you going to do? You know, I mean, I would have been definitely more excited for the Spence fight, but you know,
yeah, I think he'll get Spence next, though. I don't think it's going to be his last fight. I just don't.
I think it depends on how he looks.
Yeah,
I think it depends on how he looks. I mean, if he looks like Floyd did in his last fight, and I don't think we see Manny again. I really don't. But
I'm curious to see if everyone buys it or if it's going to be.
Yeah, how many of you guys are thinking about buying this? How many of you guys are buying it or thinking about buying it?
See if I can do another. They only let me do one poll. I wish I could have done a poll to see who's going to buy it.
Just in the chat, real quick. Are you guys buying it? Yes or no?
Who's buying this pay-per-view? Yes or no? It's like pulling teeth to get answers.
It really, you guys,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
You guys kill me, man. You guys kill me, man.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, where's our likes at? Oh, our likes are good.
Yeah,
likes are good. Likes are all right. I like you guys.
The guys are learning with the likes. That's about time. You fall in line with the likes.
Mello says I have to buy it. My wife was Filipino. I was going to buy. Obviously, going to try and stream it if I can. Yeah, I think that's going to be most people. What do you think the buys do, Beeb? What do you think the buys do?
Honestly, I'm going to say 250.
I think that's about right.
250.
I think that's about right.
Fight Doctor's buying it. Dwayne M says no.
Yeah, boxing expert. Boxing expert, thank you so much. We appreciate it. He says, Beeb, I like you, man, but comments like Pac-Man would beat Errol Spence makes me think Nacho was really the guy you have trouble with. I'm not buying I'm not buying the pay-per-view. There you go.
All right, I have to take that one on the chin.
Reese Mack says he's waiting for Fury 3, Wilder Fury 3.
Yeah.
Boxing expert said he's buying Canelo. Fight Doctor, $75 is a ripoff for the pay-per-view. I couldn't agree with you more.
What is PBC doing, Eric? Look how many pay-per-views they're making us buy this year, Eric.
What did I see that somebody had a write-up and
I know, I saw it.
It was like $225.
No, it was like 300 something, wasn't it?
Was it? It was something. Yeah. It was something outrageous. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, he's right.
We had to buy Areola. We had to buy Areola fucking Ruiz, right?
Yeah, and that's what I didn't buy. You know,
we had to buy Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. That was this year, correct? Right?
I think so.
We had to buy that one. What else? We're gonna have to buy friggin' Fury Wilder,
Canelo Plant.
Canelo Plant.
Yeah.
Who else was on pay-per-view this year? Tank was on pay-per-view, right? We had to buy Tank.
Yeah.
We had to buy Tank. And yeah, we like look at all these pay-per-views we had to buy this year. It's ridiculous.
It is. It really is. Charlo, yeah, that Charlo pay-per-view. Remember that Charlo payper-view?
Yeah. And the best fight that we got this year, one of them was the Castano Charlo fight. That was on what? Was that on show? Was on free on was that on Fox or was that on Showtime? I can't remember.
I thought it was on Showtime.
It was on Showtime. Yeah, it was on Showtime.
Yeah. Nacho has a good point. He says that's what happens when you guarantee $25 million for Manny. We talked about this on the roundtable yesterday. Listen, man, these guys, they make so much money. That's why you're not getting the fights you want. It really is. That's why these fights are so difficult to make.
Yeah.
Because look, if this guy is, this guy wants 25 million, the other guy wants 25 million because he's just as big of a name. Okay, well, great. How are we going to sell this?
Now, the zone's been giving us some pretty solid cards.
Yeah.
But there's been no blockbusters yet this year.
No, not any blockbusters at all.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, and the Canelo fight. What about the Canelo fight? That's going to be, again, that's a pay-per-view.
That's a Fox pay-per-view November 6th.
Yeah, what happened to him fighting on DAZN? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. I know a different promoter's doing it, so that's why. I gotcha.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man.
But once he wins, he can go back to DAZN and do whatever he wants. He'll go probably fight Bivol after that. Bivol and Beterbiev should fight.
Can you imagine De La Hoya right now? What a moron. But to jerk that whole deal up.
Yeah,
and then he's going to fight on September 11th on Triller, not even his network, not even DAZN.
Yeah, it's stupid.
He's a moron.
Very stupid. Very
Just
stupid.
a moron, man. It really is.
It's going to be Fox pay-per-view, not Showtime pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is a Fox pay-per-view.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So there it is.
There it is.
All right, guys. So that's probably going to do it here. Are you doing a live? I don't know if Beeb's doing a live cast tomorrow.
I want to do a live cast. I think I will. If you don't have to, but I'll send you a link. If you feel up to it, you can join me. If you don't, that's okay.
Yeah,
I think
we'll see.
want.
We'll see
I think I want to. I haven't done one in a while. I think I want to do it.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't done one. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes I like to watch the fight. It just depends. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll see how I feel too, because there's going to be so many people doing it. So
that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing too. There's going to be a lot of people doing it.
A lot of people doing it. So like, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. If not, definitely Sunday 6 p.m.
Yeah, Sunday 6 p.m.
Catch us there.
Time.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I think so too.
Make sure you click on the Manscaped link.
Yeah, guys, that's the other thing too, man. Make sure, like I said, man, help us out. You guys may not think it's much. I mean, you guys don't, go there and just buy something.
Buy a t-shirt.
Products go from, a couple dollars all the way up. All right. So you don't have to buy, you don't have to buy like the most expensive thing on the menu, but just, any little bit helps us out. Okay. Buy some lotion, buy some boxers. The boxers are great, by the way. I love the boxers. So yeah, man. Help us out, man. It would mean a lot to us, and it would help us out tremendously. You have no idea. You know what I mean? And even like, if you gave a super chat tonight, we appreciate it, but this would really help us out if you went and got a 20% off at Manscaped for Ringside Reporter. You have to put in Ringside Reporter on the promo code. And Mello says, what's the link again? It's actually in our description here. If you go look, it's actually, if you look at the bottom on the YouTube, it's right there in front, Manscaped. It's just manscaped.com, and then you plug in Ringside Reporter at the checkout. Okay, make sure you plug in Ringside Reporter. But that would really help us out, man. It really would. And we only need a few more, man. We're trying
to seal this sponsorship deal, and we need a quota. And
we need a quota, and
we're close.
We're close. We're super close.
Very close.
But we need you guys, man.
We need you guys. Do us a solid, please.
There you go. All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. Catch us Sunday at 7 or 6 o'clock p.m., 6 p.m. on Sunday, where we're going to recap the Pacquiao and Ugas fight, as well as all the undercard action and then what's going on. We'll tell you all about the Caleb Plant situation and all that other good stuff. So, hey, man, make sure to tune in.
They're asking us to post this link in the chat.
Yeah, hang on one second. Let me see.
You can buy anything. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. You can buy a t-shirt, whatever you want to buy.
Yeah, there we go. Manscaped.com.
And just make sure you enter the code.
Yeah, and it's got to be now, because everything, I believe they're having like a summer sale where everything's 20% off.
You're going to get 20% off. So you
get 20% off automatically, but you need to plug in our code at the checkout. All right.
Here's the code. Just type in this code.
I'm going to give it to you right here. Code Ringside Reporter. And there's the link right there, manscaped.com. So you just plug in Ringside Reporter as the promo code. We get credit for that. And again, man, it helps us out. It really does. Really helps us out. Because, believe it or not, this show costs money. Believe it or not, it costs a lot of money to produce this stuff. Hey, you think these belts are free behind me? Come on. Ringside Reporter, one word is the code. Yes.
Just like
Ringside
that.
Reporter. Yep. Just like I got on screen. Going to the Marco, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Caleb Plant is getting Manscaped. Centurion, you go get some of this, man. I'm telling you. The girls will love you. Ringside Reporter, one word. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will catch you guys on Sunday.
All right, guys, take care.